Hi everyone, I'm Simon Kimber, a bowler and coach based in the UK, and I'm the creator of Tenpin Toolkit. Over a series of videos, I'm going to be covering each of the tools that make up Tenpin Toolkit. Here we're going to be looking at the angles and targeting tool. It's a great tool for helping you improve your aim and visualize shots, and it's also really useful in a coaching environment, or even on the PBA tour where it's used by ball reps like Storm's PBA tour manager Jim Callahan to illustrate and discuss lane play ideas with bowlers. If you're a lefty, don't worry, all the tools in Tenpin Toolkit can be switched to left-handed from the settings screen, along with the length of your approach, settings for drift and ball to ankle distances, so you'll be able to set everything up just right for your game. When you open up the angles and targeting tool, you're going to see a diagram of the lane here in the middle, which I can zoom in and out of with a pinch or a double tap, and we can adjust the scaling of the lane all the way up to 100%. Also on the left, we've got the key points that the ball will be at throughout the shot. We've got start of the approach, the foul line, the dots, and the arrows. With all the controls that relate to lane markings, you can also tap directly on the dot or arrow that you want in there. We've got two options over here for breakpoint and pin for the type of shot we're going to be playing. So let's start with breakpoint. We can adjust the sliders for the distance to the breakpoint and the breakpoint board, and then we can adjust the board that we're targeting at the arrows. If you prefer to target at the dots or the foul line, then just use that control or drag at that point on the lane. So as an example, let's say we're playing to a breakpoint on the 9 board at a distance of 40 feet, and maybe we want to roll the ball through third arrow. Now we can see that assuming a straight line from the start of the approach, the centre of the ball is going to start on board 25, it's going to go across the foul line on board 20, across the dots on board 18, and obviously it's going to go through the arrows on board 15. Obviously with a hook shot like this, there's a lot of other factors that are going to affect it, from the oil pattern to lane topography and even humidity and temperature. So use these numbers as a starting point to help you visualize a line where you want to get the ball, and then make adjustments based on what you see the ball doing down the lane. No app can tell you exactly how to play any given lane. It's up to you to play the lane that's in front of you and decide where you need to put the ball. This tool is designed to help you become more accurate at visualizing that line and getting the ball there. So now we're going to look at the pin option. Everything's exactly the same as for breakpoint, except now we have a pin option where the breakpoint numbers were before. That pops up a pin selector for us, where we can also choose to aim between any of the outer pins. And we can also change between single pins by dragging across them like so. Again, as we change the pin, we see these numbers updating in real time to let us know which board the centre of the ball should be on at each of these points. I personally play all of my single pin spares through centre arrow, but you can easily move your target to wherever you prefer to play your spares. Let's take a look back at breakpoint now, and we'll have a look at the other options that we have down the right hand side here. First up, we've got feet. If you switch this on, footprints appear on the lane for the starting position and where you slide, and the ball start figure over on the side here has been replaced with a slide-on value and a stand-on value. All of these are based on the settings that you give for ball to ankle and drift in the main settings area. Next up, we can display an overlay for entry angle that shows us the optimum angle of 4 to 6 degrees. We can add a focal point showing us our launch angle and a point at the end of the lane that we might want to project the ball towards. We can switch over to a 3D view that gives us a better visualization of what the shot's going to look like going down a real lane. All of the other helpers and overlays also work in this view, and we can drag and adjust the shot in here as well. Next we have oil pattern, which allows us to overlay any pattern from the pattern library feature directly on the lane in both this view and in the 3D view. I'll be going into greater detail on the whole pattern library feature in a future video. And then we have favourites. If I tap on this, I'll see a list of shots that I've previously saved. I can tap on the add button here to save my current shot as a favourite, and then I can instantly load any of my previously saved shots back in. As that favourite has switched us back into pin mode, we get to see some slightly different options. We have ball width, which shows us the width rather than just the centre line of the ball. And we have miss area, This essentially shows your margin for error on a single pin shot. So as long as the ball stays within the highlighted area, you're guaranteed to pick up the spare. And it's a nice little reminder for those of us who sometimes forget that a single pin is actually a bigger target than it looks. And that is the angles and targeting tool in Tenpin Toolkit. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can do that via the website at www.tenpintoolkit.com, or come and find me on Instagram and Twitter as Tenpin Toolkit, all one word, or search for Tenpin Toolkit on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and bowl well!